Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Stories 2, where today I'm going to be throwing attempts at bringing down FATALIS, because I haven't done it yet. But unless they add new content to the game, this will be my last Monster Hunter Stories 2 stream. Simply because there's not gonna be new content unless there's new content, because FATALIS is the last thing I have. And win or lose, we've seen it go down before, just not this particular version. And for now, until the official stream start time, I'm just sitting here grinding XP for my silver boy and a couple other things. This is the most efficient XP farm in the game. You just go to Special Elder's Lair level 6 when you're like level 84, 85 or whatever. You can quick finish everything in here. It's the fastest XP that you can get. It's not exciting at all, and it takes for freaking ever to get things... like, getting from level 90 to anywhere higher takes way too long. It was like an hour per 2 levels. Thankfully, it's faster to get subsequent things to like 95, but then it slows down a lot. So yeah, just grinding up XP, waiting for the official time to start. Actually, I think I'm just going to complete this circuit because the official stream start time will happen while we're in the middle of this circuit. Yeah, generally what I do is I put on an audiobook or a video essay and just listen to that while mindlessly grinding. It's not exciting. It's not super fun. But oh boy, is it what Capcom wants you to do if you want to stand a chance against the hard FATALIS. Also, the fact that I'm getting this Silver Rathalos XP is because it is very good. Silver Rathalos is easily the best fire monster there is in the game. Used to be... you could make an argument for either Teo or Hellblade. Silver Rathalos replaces both of them. Hands down. And the reason Silver Rathalos replaces both Teo and Hellblade is it's got the bulk of Hellblade and the damage of Teo in one package. So, yeah. It's just better than both of them. Way to go, Silver Rathalos. I think what it's missing is like 1% crit from Hellblade, which is not much. I had completely forgotten that Cheval is in this game. Has he got something going on that makes him good for FATALIS? Because, like, Rathy's weak to dragon, so that sounds like a downside. Also the fact that FATALIS' AoEs could just destroy both Cheval and Rathy, and thus take away 2 hearts in one go. And that just seems like a recipe for failure. And with this Desert Celtis Queen, my circuit is complete. So close to getting my Silver Los to 97. Oh yeah, there's my circuit. Just go all the way around and end here. And then you just warp right back there. But that's not what we're here for this stream. So let's actually do this first. What kind of charm do I want? I want a mounting charm. That sounds good. And I don't know that prayers actually will affect anything, but let's see here. Yeah, sure, might prayer, why not? And then we want Fatalis. Except I need to change my team. Because I have, in fact... Oh, wait. Before... Well, actually, we can do it while looking through here. So, last time, I said I was going to get a Silver Rathalos egg and go over what my thoughts on Silver Rathalos are. So... the genes that it comes with are... Fire Breath Gene XL here for Flare Burst. It gets King's Judgment. And it gets Solar Cry. All three of these are very good. Flare Burst to a lesser extent. Like, let's see. Do we have Supernova on here? Yes, we do. So yeah, Supernova is better. Costs more, but it's better. But then you get King's Judgment, which is the same as Queen's Judgment, but it's power instead of speed. So you've got two really solid options for 20. That's fantastic. And then Solar Cry. That's real good. That's real good. In fact, I need to get those onto this guy, actually. Also, Solar Cry on an Aptonoth is the key to a very potent cheese strategy. Though I do not have Solar Cry on my Aptonoth, and Monsty Expeditions is not the right of channeling. No, I'm putting Solar Cry leveled up on my Silver Boy because he is a Silver Boy. And he deserves it. So let's see what Solar Cry does when it's leveled up. I actually don't know what it gains. Okay. So now we can not look at him through that. Status. You. Show me your Solar Cry. Okay, so it's kinship gauge plus 40 instead of plus 30 when it's leveled up twice. That is really good. Ah, dang it, he doesn't start with 30 yet. Because if you've got Solar Cry plus 2, start with 30 kinship, and use Pet, then it is possible to get an Aptonoth to 100 kinship in one round. And if you have all the crit kinship skills that you can get, you use the Aptonoth's kinship skill after that one round of Solar Cry and Pet to knock down the enemy. Then you attack it while it's down to get 33 kinship back. Then you Solar Cry and pet and just repeat the cycle. So every other turn, the enemy is knocked down. If you have 2 people using Aptonoths in this way, well, guess what? You alternate and the monster is always knocked down. So yeah, it's busted, is what I'm trying to say. It is super busted. But I am only using an Aptonoth if I feel like I have to. So let's actually... Right, I need to... Since it's a multiplayer thing, I need to do the multiplayer Monsty Party config, not the one there. So, multiplayer setup, edit party... Silverwind we are keeping because I have built that thing for Fatalis. This Stygian Zenogre I have built for Fatalis. This Aptonoth I've built for Fatalis. And Hellblade over Nergi. And like, this Hellblade's level 99. And my Silver Rathalos is level 96. And already you can see that the Silver Rathalos hits harder, though Hellblade I've built more specifically for Fatalis, so I think it might do better. Like, there's what I've got going. As you can see, it is a fire and dragon mix, because Fatalis is weak to dragon, so I think the dragon might do more. And it's also got both fire defense and dragon defense up, whereas this guy's only got fire defense up. What else? My Silverwind. What have you got going on? I don't even remember. Alright, it's mostly just stuff like crit kinship, and, he's got a few things that can theoretically inflict down. And also he's got, what is it? White Shadow at +2, so it evades two attacks over 2 turns. So yeah, the Nargacuga is basically just there to try to not die and to knock the thing down, maybe. The Glavenus, we're just here to do damage while also being decently bulky. And the Stygian, wow, it's kind of fragile, but in terms of raw damage output, this Stygian Zenogre will be the best thing that we've got. So during the phases where Fatalis is only attacking once and is predictable, this Zenogre is where it's at. I really should have gotten more Ruinous Strikes. Oh well. Yeah, these 3 monsties should give us a decent chance at doing things. I don't know. And then we're running these weapons, Matter Dance, specifically because it's got the evasion song, which can make things not die. And that's honestly what we're going to be using for most of the fight. So hopefully this will work. Okay. So at the start, this thing's going to be using speed. Let's go ahead and get our Stygian out right away because he is going to be our best damage. And yeah, I'll just use this SNS for now. I apparently have never used a cut weapon against this guy. So, Let's just go for the face. Face always takes damage. It's a Fatalis. Apparently the face resists cut. If the stomach resists cut, then something is wrong. There we go. Okay, so he's already using a something. I'm swapping to Hellblade because Hellblade is more able to take hits. And also because we want to try and get all three of our monsties to max kinship. That said, I'm using counter stance, which is kind of running counter to the whole wanting max kinship thing. But hey, Hellish Flame. It's gonna hurt, but this Glavenus here, he resists it. Okay. It's power after Hellish Flame, right? Yes, it is. Alright, so Glavenus is using Dragon Eater to get himself some health. That's totally fine. And Roberto and I are going to double attack. Excellent. Okay, Roberto, I need you to be smarter than this. Trying to swap to Silverwind to convince Roberto to use speed. It did not work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dust of Life and hope Roberto lives. And that does build our kinship a little bit, so... Okay, Roberto's burning to death. Okay, so now we're using something else. Looks like he's facing straight at me, but that could just be not entirely accurate. We're going to keep Silverwind out because it can definitely take whatever's coming. And I'm going to counter stance. It's Hellish Flame again. Fatalis, why are you using Hellish Flame so often? Why not Skyforce? Skyforce is an option that you have. Roberto, please. Are you trying to die? I think he's trying to die. Well, now's as good a time as any to drop an ancient potion on him, give him a heart. Okay, Roberto's going to cancel whatever this is, which means this is a great chance for a Dust of Life. And whatever this is just a power attack. But Roberto's canceling it. And Roberto is null burying someone, and this Fatalis is doing something. We're whipping Stygian out. I don't know why specifically Stygian, but hey, here he is. And... yeah, counter stance. In before Hellish... yep. Fatalis, please! Roberto, your Nullberry elixir was just wasted because I'm getting burned again. Okay, he's using Dust of Life. Zinogre, we need Ruinous Strike from you right now. Okay, so Roberto is using a speed move, which is great. That's fantastic. The problem is I cannot trust that he will continue using that if we swap out. So we're going to just have a Dragon Eater here to get some HP back. And then we get the kinship back with this. Except it's going to be going in reverse order, so that was probably not the best plan. But hey, got a bunch of health back on that Stygian. And here comes another probably hellish flame. What do you know? Come on, dude. Just use Skyforce. That's 4 hellish flames in a row. Okay, no. Zinogre, no. If he is targeting you, you do not use Dragon Surge. You need to be a smart dog. Okay. So he's targeting me. Which means that what Reverto does can matter. I'm swapping to Silverwind because that might encourage Reverto to use speed. It encouraged him to use tech because he is stupid. Reverto, please. At this point, I'm not convinced that the Fatalis AI and Reverto's AI are not working together. Okay, so now he's stood up, which means he's going to be using tech. He's going to be using lots of tech, which means let's try takedown. It probably won't work, but if it does, we get to be like, oh yeah, and be super excited and happy. And worst case scenario, takedown does still get us this double attack. Yeah, it didn't knock him down. And Dragon Whip is stealing my heart. Reverto. Reverto. Okay, Hellblade, please convince him to use power. Good. So now we get to double attack with Reverto. Hellblade. Let's actually have you Dragon Eater it. Get some of that health back. And here we go. Ooh, Dragon Sweep. Not good. Why'd that have to be before the Dragon Eater? Okay, so this is bad because if Fatalis decides to do its sweep or decides to put its second attack on me, this is just straight up game over. So hopefully this is not just straight up game over. Well, actually, hang on. No, I've got an option here. This is an option. It's an option that uses up our kinship, unfortunately, but it's still a valid option. Unfortunately, we just let Reverto take a Dragon Sweep that he didn't have to. But hey, he's alive, we're alive. This Fatalis is probably using Hellish Flame. But let's toss that on our Glav. What do you know? It's Hellish Flame again. And here goes another one of my hearts as I burn. Okay, Roberto is giving us a free turn. And, Hellblade, you're gonna use it on Dragon Eater. Because dang it, we like you having health. And I'm going to use it on dropping a Vital Essence on him. So how many Hellish Flames is this? 5, 6? Without a single Skyforce? Roberto, no. Swap it to Silverwind. Hopefully Roberto uses speed. Nope, that's even worse. Roberto, how could you have failed this badly? Why are you so dumb? Seriously, Roberto has just been making the wrong choice constantly. Okay, what do you want to bet it's Hellish Flame? I'm going to use Counter Stance. I'm going to hope it's Skyforce. Actually, it looks like it might be Skyforce targeted at Roberto. I'm not certain, though. Hard to read. Nope, that's Hellish Flame. So Roberto can take a Hellish Flame, but we are absolutely going to have to Ancient Potion him. Because he's not allowed to die again until he gets another heart. Oh, good. He's giving us a turn to do just that. So, Narga, you can chill. Hellblade, you do something that gets you more kinship. That's all I care about. And an Ancient Potion for Roberto. Why is that bummer? I just healed you and gave you a heart. Why is that bummer? Okay, now he is absolutely looking straight at Roberto, who is trying to use an Ancient Potion on me. So to try and dissuade him from doing that, I'm going to hop on this Zinogre. Because, yeah, we don't need it. Oh, he's just attacking Roberto. Well, that's fine. We can use this chance to give him another Vital Essence. And now the Fatalis looks like it's using Skyforce on Roberto. It's definitely pointed at him, but there's no head-to-head going on, so that's got to be Skyforce, right? Finally, a Skyforce. Back to speed we go. Or rather, back to speed Fatalis goes. Back to tech we go. Good, Zinogre's poised and ready to let us actually get some kinship out of this. And we are on standing phase 2. So he's going to be using his special attacks constantly here. We do not like this. We do not like this at all. I'm whipping out the hunting horn. So now we get Evasion Riff. And that's why we get Evasion Riff. And now we get still more Evasion Riff. I can't really afford to direct my monsties at all. I just have to trust them to do damage. Thankfully, doing damage is something Stygian's an Ogre is fairly good at against this thing. And basically, I'm just going to use Evasion Riff as much as I can until this standing phase is over. Unfortunately, Evasion Riff doesn't dodge two things. And this is the last Evasion Riff we get with our Zinogre. Rude. All right, down he goes. So now he'll be doing what? Well, he's opening with a tech or a special attack, so that's fine. Hellblade, you resist fire. And I will Evasion Riff just to be nice, I guess. We'll be able to get the kinship back. There, now it doesn't matter if he uses Hellish Flame again, which he does. Gonna be nice when Hellblade stops burning. Okay, we can swap off of our hunting horn now. I am going to explode, but I should survive it. I hope. And next chance I get, I can go ahead and Ancient Potion. Yep, there we go. Actually, wait, no. We swap monsties. That's what we do. We want to try and get all of our monsties to 100 kinship if we can. Because that is the safest thing that we can do. Why'd you have to break the tail before I hit it? Okay, this could be Hellish Flame. It could be something completely different. Stygian can probably survive whatever's coming. I hope so, at least. And I'm going to Ancient Potion myself. Wait. Get 7 more defense, and then Ancient Potion myself. And hopefully we'll survive whatever's coming too. Skyforce, okay. That 7 defense mattered. Or so I assume. Okay, let's get a Dragon Fist going. We've only got the head and the legs left, so let's go for the legs. We'll keep our Gun Lance out. Ooh, Reverto knowing what to do. Good on ya. And Reverto's canceling whatever's coming here. That's great. We can use this opportunity to heal ourselves. Let's actually just max potion it. I'd love to get rid of my defense down, but that's going to take one more turn than we're getting. Yeah, it does feel incredibly weird to have Fatalis in a location with a bunch of people who are just cheering on, watching the fight. What was Fatalis trying to use? I was not paying attention. Did it try and use Hellish Flame? And hopefully that pop-up didn't just actually pop up in-game. It shouldn't have. I don't care that my friend's network is unreachable game. I am not playing in multiplayer. Okay, good. It was Hellish Flame. And then we get a Ruinous Strike, and that'll put Zinogre at maxed out kinship. And now he's trying something. Don't know what that something is, but our Zinogre should be able to take it. We're at max kinship with everybody. Let's actually swap to this and just do an evasion song. That's the safest thing we can do. And that way nobody gets burned. Okay, it's Skyforce anyway. It'd be so nice if they actually... Wow, everyone wants to use speed, huh? It'd be so nice, though, if they actually had a dragon speed-typed attack. We've got dragon power and dragon tech, but no dragon speed. And that just... It hurts. Stygian Zinogre could have been better if he had a dragon speed move instead of needing to rely on a neutral one. Popple, that is a, it's Soulseer Mizutsune Hunting Horn. So now that he's standing again, he is going to alternate power and tech with special moves mixed in that do not replace the power and tech. Unfortunately, he doubles them, which is incredibly bad. Okay, we're getting a special move right here. So I can hop on my Zinogre right now to refill my HP, and we can cancel this special while Roberto Ancient Potions himself. Okay, so this is going to be tech, which means our Zinogre is already doing exactly what it needs to do. Unfortunately, we're probably still losing a heart here. That is, if another Dragon Sweep comes. Or it's using Skyforce. And murdering Roberto in one shot. Great. Okay, so this is more power. Again, Zinogre knows exactly what to do. Unfortunately, we're probably going to lose another heart to the second Dragon Burst, because this thing is just rude. Or it's a Dragon Sweep. Does that count as the tech? Also, we are just straight boned right now. Okay, it's using a special, which means we can swap to one of these boys. Let's do Hellblade. Then we can hop on, and we can stop the Fatalis from doing what it's doing. And now we're going to hop on Silverwind. We are going to get knocked off of Silverwind, but that's totally fine. Hopefully we only get knocked off on the second attack. And we are putting a Vital Essence straight on Reverdo so he doesn't just get us a game over here. Alright, so we did not get knocked off Nargacuga on the first attack. That's good. That means we got to keep as many resources as possible. I've lost track of what's going on. He started with the sweep, so that means this is going to be power. I did not lose track of what's going on. Now we just need to hope and pray that Reverdo survives whatever is coming after this Dragon Burst. Because if he doesn't, it's game over. And if I don't try and... If I don't double attack this, then we're gonna lose a heart. And then probably another as well. So yeah. I am very much in a corner here. And I need Reverdo to not suck. Okay, Reverdo is canceling this special. That is excellent. That gives me a chance to Ancient Potion his stupid ass.
I'll get you back. Here we go. That's my heart.
And we've broken everything. And I lost track again. This is going to be tech. Yeah, this is going to be tech. He's max potioning me, which is nice. I appreciate it. We use power against tech. And then... Nice one shot. Thanks, game. Alright, so this is going to be power, which needs to be stopped. We cannot lose another heart, which means we probably are losing here. Unfortunately, I don't really have a whole lot I can do. I can swap to Hellblade, or no, because then we might not get a double attack. I could swap to Silverwind and get a double attack, but then the Silverwind would absolutely die to whatever's coming next. Whereas our Zinogre has a chance to survive. So this is our best shot right here. Just double attacking with Reverdo. Close, but we're not dead. Okay, we've got a special attack incoming. I absolutely need to cancel it. Or actually, do I? Reverdo's Mega Potioning our Stygian. That's very wrong. Reverdo, Mega Potion yourself. I'll Ancient Potion me. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to tell his AI that, so that Mega Potion is just going to be completely wasted no matter what. So yeah, we're just going to take this Skyforce, stay on the Zinogre, and then whatever comes next is going to kill Roberto again. Of course, he's bleeding, so it would kill him anyway, whether he Mega Potioned himself or not. Wow, really? Okay, we lose. Well, not quite, but we're about to lose. Okay, now I have indeed completely lost track of where he was. And I can't use my... I can't use anyone. We're losing here. Well, I'm going to hope that Roberto was keeping track. And he was. Good. But we're still losing here. Goodbye.
Give me a little more action next time, dude.
That's rough. And unfortunately, since it does still use the items, it doesn't refund them. What I have to do now is return to title screen and hope that the last autosave was before the fight. Uh-oh. Well, even if it wasn't my last manual save, I only lose like 2 or 3 circuits of XP farm. And nope, the last autosave was in fact after the fight, so yeah, oh well. Lose a couple circuits of XP farm, but that's not a huge deal. So, what will I do different? Honestly, I don't think Hellblade using the dragon moves was really making a huge difference. So I think I'm going to swap him out for my Silver Rathalos. Need to do the rite of channeling to get my Silver Rathalos his full Solar Cry. Yet again. And our Nargacuga never really had a chance to even try to knock down the thing. Plus, I don't think it would really work anyway. And let's once again toss up a Mounting Charm, because I feel like that's probably the most likely to actually accomplish anything for us. Also, let's just take a look at the Monsterpedia to show just how good Silver Rathalos is. So, missing 2 blocks on HP. Speed is the same as Teo and Hellblade. Recovery, better than Hellblade, better than Teo. So if he uses a heal move on himself, he's better. He's got a little less HP than Teo. 1 block less. Crit rate, he's got 1 block less than Hellblade. Then we come over here. We got maxed out fire attack. And then for the defenses, we're missing 2 for fire and 4 for everything else that matters. Hey, look, defenses, we're missing 2 for fire and 4 for everything else that matters. So already just as physical or just as defensively bulky as Hellblade, but with a little more HP. More fire attack than Hellblade. Tied fire attack with Teo. More defense than Teo. Like, compared to Teo, it's missing a block of HP, but has better everything else, pretty much. better or equal everything else. For Hellblade, it's missing a block of crit, but has better or equal everything else. And that block of crit is just 1% crit. Silver Rathalos replaces both Hellblade and Teo. There is no longer a question who the best fire monstie is. It is Silver Rathalos. Full stop. And Gold Rathian, like, I guess if you want to have slightly more fire defense in exchange for less attack and more recovery, Silver Rathalos is the best fire monstie in the game. Okay, let's check our equipment. We want to use a set. And then we swap this for Matter Dance. And then I want to actually try using this. Because, hey, Fortify. It's the most effective thing I can really get on one of these, other than, I guess Evasion XL could be a lifesaver many times if it kicks in. So let's just go for that. Why not? I doubt Fortify would actually make a huge difference. And then for my party, Silverwind, I think we still keep. And Stygian we absolutely keep. Do we keep Silverwind, though? 681 and 580 for attack and defense. Whereas... yeah, Hellblade... honestly, might be better. No, because Silverwind's got White Shadow. So that could make it still worth using, because that can save us a heart sometimes. Or even 2. Depending. So yeah, we keep Silverwind. Plus, that way we've got something, no matter what we have available, we can swap in for a head-to-head that succeeds. And I am going to save manually right now so that I don't need to worry about resetting everything up again. And then, if we fail this run, I'm going to try with Aptonoth. And if we fail that, and I don't feel like I'm getting close, then we call it. But if I do feel like I'm getting close, then we try again. My Nerg is good. I just don't feel like it's enough better to justify a slot over one of these 3 that I've got here. Because Silver Rathalos, he's got fire defense primary, so he's going to be more able to withstand certain things. Silverwind Narga, it's got White Shadow, Stygian and Ogre, is frankly the best damage option we have. As much as I love my Nerg, I don't think he has anything that really puts him above these 3 for this fight in particular. I wish I had Evasion XL with Anti-Status XL. That would be fantastic. Honestly, if I could have a charm that had Panacea on it with Evasion, I would never wear anything else. Okay, so we start off with speed. Let's go ahead and get our Narga. The kinship it wants. Narga's all full. And you know what? I'm actually going to do an evasion riff right now. There's no reason for us to take the Fire Blight if we don't have to. Alright. Swapping back to this. And let's go ahead and fill up Nargacuga's kinship meter. And then we will swap you out. Let's do Silver Rathalos. I wish I had him to the point where he was starting with 30 kinship, but I don't. But he can still use Queen's Judgment because he's gender neutral. And we've got something incoming. So again, we swap to Matter Dance. And Evasion Riff. That was a nice meaty crit. I wonder how much HP this thing has. Alright, looks like Reverto has us covered for the double attack. And now we know Fatalis cannot be fire-bladed. Reverto, why are you so much better now? I very much appreciate it. I just wish you could have been this good at getting double attacks and head-to-heads earlier. Okay, we have to stay on our Silver Rathalos at the moment so that we can stop whatever's incoming, or at least dodge it. Would have swapped to Stygian, but he doesn't have 35 kinship we need to play this. Why, Reverto, do you say bummer when receiving a buff or other help? Is it because I use 35 kinship to apply it to everyone instead of using less kinship to absolute evade the attack that was coming only at me that I had no way of knowing? So, Rathalos is using power, Reverto's using power. Reverto's being targeted. Maybe Silverwind Narga makes Reverto use speed. Or maybe Reverto just wants to be stupid. But what I can do here is make Reverto take no damage. Also, I was not paying attention to the fact that the Fatalis had just used Skyforce. So Fatalis is using speed, which means we can actually get our Zinogre his stuff right away. Already we're using something again. Okay, so we're swapping to us using speed after this. Look at our Zenogre already knowing what to do. He's such a good boy. All right, first standing phase. So this is going to be tech forever. Really? I hate that this thing can one-shot me. Because there's no way that I could make it not able to one-shot me. There's nothing I can do to stop that. Wow, it didn't bleed anyone. But also, I need to hop on my Rathalos. Hey, Wolfkinson. Alright. Roberto is giving us a perfect chance to drop an Ancient Potion onto our Rathalos. Alright, Rathalos is the only one who needs stuff. I don't remember what's going to be coming, but I don't think the Fatalis has done anything. So that means what's coming is speed, right? It better be speed. Good. Roberto, why you gotta be like this? There you go. It's kind of sad that a double attack between me and Roberto did less damage than my Stygians and Ogres just standard attack. Who were you looking at? He's looking at my Zenogre with Skyforce in his eyes, I think. But since he's looking at the Zenogre, that means I don't really have a whole lot of options. And we're using Evasion Rift. I could have used a surrogate gem and preserved the kinship, but I think it can still look at somebody. Or no, can it? No, it can't still look at somebody and use Hellish Flame, but either way, we're getting the kinship right back. Or not. Roberto, how about you try something else? Maybe if I swap to Silverwind, would you maybe consider using tech? No, you would consider using something even worse. Great job, Roberto. Thanks for eating a surrogate gem. Wolfkinson, both rare wraths have absolutely fantastic genes. And Silver Rathalos specifically is the best fire monstie in the game, bar none. Thanks for eating another surrogate gem.
Whoa, bummer.
All right, now we've got something coming. Hopefully Fatalis won't exclusively target Roberto after this Sky Force.
I owe you one.
Okay, good. Okay, standing phase number 2. Using nothing but specials, and hey, look at that! Our Zenogre getting this just to fill up his kinship so that we absolutely have enough kinship to give us Evasion Riff every single damn time. And let's actually use Silverwind. Because this way, at least for the first round or two, we can have it use White Shadow while I use Evasion Riff, and if they stack, then that means our Nargacuga will be able to dodge 2 things.
Bummer.
Actually, 3 things, I guess. This is our best chance at keeping hearts through this entire phase. So that's 1 dodge. And that's a dodge on Roberto. Okay. So Silverwind Narga still has its White Shadow, which means Evasion Riff might just make it still able to dodge 2 things.
I owe you one.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, that wasn't 2 things. That was just 1 things. Unfortunately, we're probably losing a heart, but it's only 1. Now let's swap to Stygian, and we will Evasion Riff once more. And then it looks like, or no, Ground Slash, that, does that use one of his levels? I don't recall. We'll find out. All right. We are... Well, we're here. That fella is using something that is going to target well, it could target everyone. So we're going to Evasion Riff one more time. But first, we're going to tell our Zenogre to use Dragon Eater so that it gets a little bit of health back. Ideally, we get the Zenogre to the point where it can survive the blast without us needing to heal it first. And I think that would do it. So now we've got Tech incoming. We use Tech. Which actually means we don't have enough kinship for Dragon Eater. Never mind. But what I can do is I can swap to this right here. And then we can... Dang. Should have swapped to something else. Oh well. And Zenogre explodes, but survives. And now Roberto is giving us a chance to use Dust of Life, while Zinogre uses Dragon Eater to regain still more health.
I owe you one. Here we go. This might hurt.
Okay. Fatalis is trying something funny. That's fine. We're prepared for funny business. Because we have Evasion Riff.
I'll get you back.
And now another Evasion Riff. Turns out, if you just dodge every Hellish Flame, it's not nearly as bad. Last time I was letting Hellish Flames hit me. What a fool I was. Alright, Zinogre, I know you want to use Dragon Surge, and I would love to see you use Dragon Surge, but now is not the time. Wolfkinson, I'm having my doubts that I'll be able to do this solo without cheese myself. And that's even after having ground for it, whatever. However you want to say it. Is Dragon Surge worth using right now? Sure, why not? We've got an opening for it because Roberto's being smart. Yeah, if this game did not have separated servers for Switch and Steam, then I'd be able to play with any variety of friends. And it would make things so much easier. But alas, Capcom went and split the servers. And not only split the servers between Steam and Switch, also split the servers between different regions of the Steam store, which basically just makes me off in my own little world as far as playing with anybody I know goes. Okay, so this is the third stand, which is the tricky one. The one that we died on last time. So, power and tech and repeat ad nauseum. So, we need Zinogre to just do what he's doing because Roberto has us covered. I totally understand them not doing cross-save, but yeah, cross-play should just be a standard feature. Wow, nice one-shot. Actually, we weren't at full health, were we? Okay, it's using a special, which means we are using Evasion Riff. Though we're probably still losing a heart after it because he's using 2 things, and this only dodges 1 things. So someone's going to lose a heart today. Or maybe not. Skyforce is single target, so hey, as long as it doesn't target Roberto again. Excellent. Could not have asked for better. So now we need to use power. Look at that. Our Zenogre's a genius, knows what he has to do. And Roberto is also helping, I guess. And another Skyforce. And there goes a heart. And Roberto is being a true pal, giving us a chance to toss an Ancient Potion on our Zenogre just for that extra bit of health. And for that heart. And for the kinship. And we've got a special incoming. So I am going to use this. And we are using Evasion Riff. Wolfkinson, I am absolutely going to play Sunbreak on PC. I may also play it on Switch. Really depends. But I am definitely playing it on PC for sure. And I am possibly playing it on Switch in addition. Wow, nice almost one shot from full health. Okay, so now we need to use speed. And also we need to pray that it is not targeting me with its second move, because otherwise I am just super dead. And Roberto is using speed, so we can actually cancel orders on our Zenogre. Wait, what? Oh, we were on power. Why is it using Dragon Sweep? My bad. Oh, well.
Let me help.
And that mistake may have just cost us the whole thing. Thankfully, it did not. But, boy, we are not doing hot. Let's whip out our Silver Rathalos and get on him. Because this will at least give us a chance to... Great, Roberto's Ancient Potioning himself. I can use a Vital Essence on me. And we should not lose any hearts here. Should. And we shouldn't get knocked off until the second attack. Excellent. Wow, double Dragon Burst. Unpleasant. I guess Roberto's losing a heart. We are absolutely not surviving the triple Dragon Bursts. I know that for a fact. Okay, so it's using a special again. That's very bad for us because I don't really have anything I can do. Like, if I had swapped to our Zenogre, then Zenogre would have lost a heart to whatever second thing came. If I had swapped to Rathalos, or if I'd stayed on Rathalos, then Rathalos would have died. And like, this Nargacuga I swapped to because it was at full health, but that was a mistake because it was not at high enough kinship for us to use our Evasion Riff. So there goes a heart. Well then. I believe this here is the beginning of the end, though Roberto is buying us precious time. And I will repay him with this vital essence. Okay, I have no idea what the Fatalis is on right now. None whatsoever. This is a risk. But, hear me out. This is my best chance at not losing a heart. Because I don't remember what's coming. So we got power here, which means tech is next. I hate Dragon Sweep. It's terrible. Okay, maybe tech isn't next. Maybe a special is next. But no matter what, we are losing at least one heart, possibly two. Because I don't have any real options at this point. We have to evasion riff. And then if he decides to... Well, he's doing Skyforce here, so at most we lose one heart. So this could be worse. Could be significantly better, but it could be worse. Okay, goodbye, Zenogre. Or not. Wow, no hearts lost. Fantastic. Okay, so now we're getting tech. And we're probably losing hearts, honestly. But we can still pretend that we have a chance. That was a solid Dragon Eater. And here goes a heart. I'd love to hang in there, Roberto. I just don't really have a chance. Ooh, excellent. Roberto once again giving us time. Do I swap from Zenogre, though? Honestly, at this point, I don't think we do. As much as I would like to have our Silver Rathalos up and running, I think having our Zenogre at full health is better for us because we are basically never seeing another fire-typed move. It's all going to be Dragon, and our Zenogre resists those better. At least I think it does. Okay, we've got another special incoming. And so we evasion riff. I don't believe I've ever seen that move before. But thank you, Evasion Riff. So now we used power last. But that was before Roberto used his thing. Does that mean that we're on speed or power now? I don't know. I wish I did. So I think I have to use Evasion Rift now because that's my safest option. Okay, we would have been on power now. So we're on speed next. Or we're done. I did it.
No better team than a hunter and rider.
It's doable. And I am so glad it's doable, and honestly, the difference between this run and the previous run was Roberto's AI was much better this time. And I really wish that didn't have to be the deciding factor, because, like, sure, I had my Rathalos instead of my Glavenus, but I don't think that made a huge difference by itself. I think it was primarily just Roberto's AI not being awful.
Welcome.
And now I'm going to upgrade my Fatalis armor because I can. Also, nice 2 Fatalis eyes. Wow, I can't upgrade it anymore because I don't have the Nerg parts. Yeah, it looks like it's going to top out at the same defense as my Excello armor. And I was actually thinking, oh, I could use this Fatalis armor against future Fatalises. Because self-heal, sure, whatever. Crit XL, nice. Panacea, large, nice. But it's weak to Dragon. That would just get me killed more. Yo, thanks, Wolfkinson. And yeah, Seth, I absolutely need at least one more kill to max out my armor, because I can only get it to level 3 with the materials I've got right now. Getting it to level 4 will take another 18 points when we have 12. And then getting it to level 5 will take 20 more points after that. So, yeah, right now I need 26 more points worth of Fatalis to max this armor out. Well, Seth, considering with my Excello armor and holding the gun lance for its 25 more defense, I was just barely surviving the dragon blasts. I would imagine that wearing dragon armor would turn that just barely surviving into not surviving. And getting one shot by things is always worse than getting two shot by them. I do have Grimclaw armor. And, like, Tenacity, as far as I can tell, just doesn't work against Fatalis. I've never seen it actually activate. Head-to-head Master XL, that's great. Always great. But Excello has large, which is enough. And Vicious L, like, sure. But honestly, I think Soul Kinship and Head-to-Head Master L are probably a better thing, a better combination to have. And Health Boost L also is very nice. And that's another thing that the Dragon Armor doesn't have. So yeah, I think Excello armor is probably the ideal thing to wear to Fatalis, honestly. Just in terms of not being weak to fire or dragon. It's got the health boost to keep you surviving, not getting one shot quite as often. And it helps really fill kinship gauges, which is very important. So yeah, Excello armor. It's the best.
Thank you.
And yeah, I managed to defeat Fatalis. I honestly wasn't expecting that to happen without cheesing it with Aptonoth. So thank you everyone who watched me do that. Thanks again, Wolfkinson. And yeah, that's it for my Monster Hunter Stories 2, unless they add new content, which at present they haven't announced any new content for them to add. So I don't expect this game to get any more, but if it does, I'll definitely play it again. But until such a time as it gets new content, this is it. So once again, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me play this game as much as I enjoyed playing it. I freaking love this game. It is fantastic. It's almost everything I wanted out of a Monster Hunter Stories game. And yeah, it's real good. I love it. More people should get it on Steam US. I will see you folks in the next stream, where I'll probably be starting Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that will be on Thursday. See ya then, friends.